position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Razorbacks will put total weather to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Timeout, Arkansas.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The offense changing the play. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. But man, just a mishap, a little overthrown.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Koo. Building momentum, picking up the chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Great job by the running back here on that 3rd down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these 3rd down type plays to move the sticks.
That's caught. It's Brown. Good pick up there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the snap, it's Koo. Breaks into the open. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. Once he got some room, it was over.
Every team has their script, and they want to get the game off on this foot, and they want to make sure that they have balance and get these plays in and assert the line of scrimmage. Run the football, and they do. They create the explosive run, and they open this football game with a touchdown.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
There's a very high standard and a high bar when you're playing defense at Nebraska. You always hear people talk about the black shirts. Well, this guy right here, he fits into that because of his speed. You saw in that blitz, they had no shot at blocking him. He's able to get home to the quarterback to come up with a massive sack.
Heel off one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And I tell you what, when you got a guy that is that good at dissecting your defense, you better get pressure. Nice job by the defense, hurrying him up, speeding up the thought process.
Makes the catch right at the 50. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. A different look. On the direct snap, it's Koo. Jukes his way for more. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting him out flanked with the Wildcat. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got.
That's a great-looking run there. Nebraska has had such a great lineage at running back. When you think back to the great Roger Craig or...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attacked the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and tack that side of the field, maybe.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska!
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened a week ago. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in game 2 so far.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for blockers. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Quick strike complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make movement and change impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
You know, as a receiver, it's so critical and important to know where the sticks are. He was able to modify his route so he knew as soon as he caught it, he was just going to have enough to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
Wow, what an impressive-looking run. You think back to some of the greatest rushing offenses in the SEC in recent years. Remember that offense that had Darren McFadden and Felix Jones both in the backfield, sometimes taking wildcat snaps? Nobody could stop them. This dude, I think, could have broken his way into that rotation with his ability. This guy's sick.
The Razorbacks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route again.
Oh, he's got some space. Inside and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Arkansas. It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. If you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. TCU is ahead right now, but it's not like they have LaDainian Tomlinson out there. This group needs to keep building on this lead. They're up by a field goal over Oregon. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Koo. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the direct snap, it's Koo. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes the grab on the right. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Koo. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. On the snap, it's Koo. Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Koo. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Well, the defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
It'll be third and long. Motion from the wideout. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Let's go!
From the gun, wants to pass. Grab behind the line. It's Koo. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup, spotted at the 25-yard line.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He'll take a shot. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's...
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted. Yes, even a Heisman Trophy contender can have a miscue. Touchdown, Husker! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
He'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's got him. Still running at the 40. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. And the Razorbacks in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
It's in. Completed. He's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have
He lobs one high down the left side. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Returns it all the way back to the 23-yard line, and the defense gets a turnover.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He fires a bullet to the right. Makes it ready for a big play.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Coop. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They just keep firing. With the catch, it's Coop. He'll go out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And he murders into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
Man, you gotta love the creativity with the tight ends nowadays. They can do so many different things. Does a good job. Defense doesn't know where he went. And what does he do? He gets in for 6.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. He'll start this drive firing. Trying to escape and get it himself.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
Zings it complete to the right. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5.
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far, and you've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum.
And that is interception number 3 on the day.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're... You get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions in the first half of this game. He's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute baller.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. That's reeled in. It's Orji. He's down at the 25-yard line, waiting moments of the first half. It is a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Coop. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for me.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Direct snap. It's Coop. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
The Huskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. It's complete. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nebraska.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Georgia State is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Syracuse. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Now he's going to throw it all the way back across the field. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. To the air on first down. Under fire. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Skips away from pressure. Rolling right and going deep. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Razorbacks will have it 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And the Razorbacks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
A strike downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Razorbacks headed quickly to the line.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
And the Razorbacks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
It's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
They'll try to run for it. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Working that left side now. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. He'll try to tack on one more.
And I love the decision by the quarterback, finding his playmaker, getting him the football quickly so that he can make something happen after the play and get 6.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Coop. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcats.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wants to go up top. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be 3rd down.
And what a missed opportunity for this defense. They got one chance to get back in this game. Force some turnovers, create some big plays. They're down big. Man, did they need that opportunity.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Unloads it left. Rolls it in. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. And the Huskers are moving quickly down the field.
And it's on 3rd downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. His quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Complete to start this drive. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make a miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He'll throw on 3rd down. The throw to the outside is complete. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Fakes to grab. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Second down coming up. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. And he's scrambling on that play. And there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves. But that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that first.
Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, the defense has had enough of this, right? The quarterback's on a hot streak. The ball's not hitting the ground. And right there, they decide, we are jumping one of these routes. We're going to try to get a pick. Almost came away with one there.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Great job by the defense not falling asleep on that play. Like, you're right there in that fringe area, this part of the field where offenses will get a little bit aggressive and try to throw the football because they kind of think the field's shrinking. It's harder to run. Nice job staying on it, staying disciplined, and executing by this defense.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Touchdown, Arkansas! And they take it in for 6 more points. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Man, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes back at the 3.
A loss of 12.
The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
Timeout, Nebraska.
Final play of the quarter coming. Back to pass on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's 2. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these 2 guys so far as you check out their numbers. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Fires to the tight end. He stopped at the 15. Not enough for the 1st down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team.
Well, that time on 3rd and long, they just took what the defense gave him. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up 4th.
Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the 1st down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after.
Pulls it in on the right. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. Offense in a bunch formation. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw again. Fires to the middle. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Oh, he just misses on the big downfield shot. And I think some people think that's a difficult throw to make. But I'll tell you what, a lot of times you put a little air underneath it and you just trust your guy more than you trust the DB. But it's hard to do when you overshoot your wide receiver.
Second down, they'll go to the air. With the catch, it's Brown. And they get him down. The Cornhuskers moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's going for it all. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
That's one of the only ways you were getting back in this game. You had to force a turnover. You still got to score twice at least to get back in this ballgame to try to win it. Great stop. Now it's the offense's turn. I need to score and score quickly.
Snap out of the air. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Off the RPO, complete. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
Timeout.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and now trailing with a little over 2 minutes, it's looking bleak. My defense has got to go out there and get a stop immediately. I got to stop the clock as fast as I can, try to save as much as I can, and then put my 2-minute offense together. There's a lot that has to go right for me to get back in this ballgame.
Looking downfield on 1st down. He rifles one deep to the left. A big-time catch along the sideline. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too.
You know, there are probably a lot of coaches out there with a lead like this that would like to run the ball and see if they can ice this game and bleed the clock. Not this this coaching staff. They are going to be aggressive. They are going to continue taking shots.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Wants to throw on 1st down. Going to try to get it himself. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
From the red zone, looking for a man. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces 2nd down.
Well, you wonder that time if the QB was just forcing that one over to his running back. He's already made some catches in this game. The defense is aware of that, though, and that time they had outstanding coverage. There was no way that was going to be complete.
He wants to change this route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Husker! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Well, obviously this team didn't get the start they wanted to on the year, coming into this one 0-1, but a great job there getting that drive, putting 6 up on the board. They've got a comfortable lead. They wanted to turn the page and start to build momentum. This is a massive win for this program.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Washington has opened up the playbook, and they are scoring in bunches right now. This offense has been electric. They're up by 19 over North Carolina. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Going right to work up top. Unloads to the wideout. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Steps out of bounds right at the 17-yard line after the pick.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
To the air on 2nd down. He's got it and still on his feet. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it. They should be able to kneel this one out. Trying to power it in. Touchdown, Cornhusker! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense has really responded after last week. Last week, man, the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road and win. Come back home, you feel confident, you're in your routine, have answered the bell, took charge of this game late, and looking to go 1-0 this week.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To the air on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He's taking a deep shot. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Timeout called by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock. The Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback making checks. They'll start this drive with a pass. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. He lets it fly. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll take another shot here. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard. But you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page. You get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
Off play action. He's not afraid to go deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make